Alright, so far I make an easy tutorial on how to draft this funnel corset. So stick around and watch the drafting tutorial. So this is the funnel corset. This is the paper version. So this is the bustier and this is the inside. So your funnel corset must be open like this. Look at how it's open, and this is the overball. So you place it like so. And this is the back pattern. So now let's get into the drafting. So you bring your pattern paper, you mark the start points, then you mark 1 inch for the center front. So I'm going to be dividing the pattern into two. So that's making it front and back pattern. Okay. So I'll mark the midpoint, then I'll rule it with a straight line like so. So do well to subscribe to our channel. Okay, so I'll bring out my measurement. Okay, I mark my shoulder, my corset length, my bust round, waist round, hip round. Okay, so we are going to be doing the subtraction method. Subtraction method means taking some set of measurement from the back bust and adding it to the front bust. Okay, so what I mean that, so my bust round is 44. So what I'll do is I'll divide 44 into 4, so that's making it 11. So I'll now add 11 for the front and the back 11. So mind you, we don't have bust at the back, we only have it at the front. So I'll be taking 2 inches from the back bust and adding it to the front bust. Okay, so that means if I remove 2 inches from the back bust and add it to the front bust, so 11 plus 2 inches is 13. Why? Because I minus 2 inches from the back bust, so 11 minus 2 inches is 9. But the waist round, we're going to be dividing it by 4. We're not doing subtraction method in the waist. So my waist is 38. 38 divided by 4 is 9.5. So I'm going to be making my measurement. So I'm going to be marking my chest length. Okay, my chest line is 9 inches for plus size, 8 inches for normal size. So I'll be ruling it from the front to the back like so. So after ruling it, I'll mark my bust height. My bust height is 11 inches. So after marking the bust height, I'll rule it. I'll mark my under bust length. Like so, my under bust length is 15 inches. I'll rule it out. And my waist length is 19 inches. I'll also rule that out. Okay. Then my corset length is 25 inches. So ensure that you take your own measurement. Okay. Take your own measurement. So my back length is 17 inches. I'll rule it a straight line. Then I'll mark my corset length like so and rule with a straight line. So I'll write down the initials of my measurements. That's the chest line, waist, so that we will not get confused. Okay. So after marking it out, I'll mark my shoulder round divided by 2. My shoulder round is 16 divided by 2 is 8. So I'll mark it like so and connect it to the chest line. I'll mark my bust round 13. My front waist is 9.5. Then the hip is 10 inches. Okay. So I'll mark it down like so. So I'm going to be marking my bust palm. That's nipple to nipple divided by 2. My nipple is 9. Divided by 2 is 4.5. Then I'll connect it with a straight line to my bust height. So I'll connect the dot in a slant line. That's my bust to my hip to be a slant line. So I'll mark 1 inches away. Okay, that's my back start point. Then I'll mark my shoulder length. My shoulder round divided by 2. Then I'll mark my bust palm and rule with a straight line like so. So after ruling, I'll mark my back bust. My back bust is 10 inches. Now my waist, I'll mark it, and my hip. So after marking, I'll connect it to a dot like so. So I'll connect the bust to the hip with a dotted line like so. Then for the shoulder slope, I'll go down by 1 inches. For the neckline width, 3.5 inches. The depth is 1 inches, and I'll connect the back neck. So for the front neckline, I'll go in by 3.5 inches for the width and 3.5 inches for the depth and connect it. Then I'll go down by 1.5 inches for the shoulder slope and connect it like so. So after connect, so I'll be measuring the ease at the dart line like so. I'll measure it. So it's 3 inches. So I will divide it into 4. So 3 inches divided by 4 will give me 0.75. So I'll be going in at the dart line for the front by 0.75 on both sides. Then I'll connect it to the bust height like so with a straight line. So I mark 0.75 on both dart lines. So that's making it 1 inch. So I'm going to return it back by 1 inches and connect it like so to my hip. So I'll also mark 0.75 inches at the back that like so, and also connect it with a straight line. So I'll bring it back to the side like so, and I'll connect the darts in a straight line. So at the front waistline, I'll go up by 3 inches. Okay, then I'll go in by ½ inch. So I'll divide the back into two. Then I will connect my armhole line like so. So you know my front leg is 2 inch longer. Okay, so I'm going to be marking 2 inch as the bust dart like so. Okay, so I'll mark the bust dart. For the under bust tightening, I'll go in by 1 inch. After that dart leg, 1 inch. Then I'll go in at the center front by 0.75. So I'll connect it with my French curve like so. So after tightening the under bust, I'm going to mark the midpoint of my shoulder. Okay. So I'll mark the midpoint of the shoulder, divide into two. Then you connect it with a straight line down to the bust height like so, with a straight line. So after connecting, we are going to be tightening the shoulder. Okay, so that our bust here will be more tightening and it will be more curvy. Okay. So we are going to slash the shoulder like so. So after slashing, we are going to open it up. Okay, so then we're going to be cutting in between that line so that we're going to open our bust dart or close our bust dart. So I'll close the bust dart like so. After when I close the bust dart, you notice that the shoulder line opens up more. Okay, so you use your paper tape to close the bust dart like so. So after closing it, I'll bring my tape measurement and calculate it like so, calculating between that line. So it's going to be giving me 2.75. So 2.75 divided by 4 is 0.6. So I'll be marking it like so. I'll mark 0.6 like so. So after, I'll connect it like so. Then at the shoulder, I'm going to connect it to the shoulder like so. Okay. So I'll go out by the shoulder by 1 inch. So inside that I'll go in by 1 inch. Okay. Inside like so. Inside that shoulder, I'll go in by 1 inch like so. Then I'll connect it to that intake. So after connecting it, I will just cut it out. I'll cut it out like so. Okay. So or you can close it up. So I'll close it off with my masking tape. Okay, like so. So after closing it up, I will reshaping the armhole line. So I'll tighten the chest line. So I'll go in by 0.25 on both sides. Okay, so that my bust here will be more curvy, will be more copier. Okay, so I will shaping it like so. I'll connect it to my dart line. So after connecting it, so I will reshaping the bust with my armhole curve, and I'll slash my bust dart into two. I will cut my shoulder line like so, so I can be able to close my bust dart. Okay, so I'll close the bust dart with my masking tape like so. So I'll reshaping the bust like so. I'll shaping it, then I'll cut it out like so. Okay, so I'll reshaping it again. So at the hip, I'll go in by a 1/2 inch. So I'll measure my under bust dart. So it's 2.5 inches. So I'm going to mark it down like so. Then I'll use my French curve to connect it in a kind of slant line. Okay, so I'll connect the other side, but I'll clean up the former dart, okay, so that we will not be confused. And also to make our pattern neat, okay, so I'll clean it up. Then I'll connect the dart like so. I'll connect it like so. So after connecting, so I'm going to be tightening my waistline. Okay, we're going to be snatching it. So I'm going to be minusing 38 minus 3 inches. Okay, so I just want to snatch by 3 inches so that will be comfortable. So my previous waist is 9.5. So I'll be snatching by 3 inches. Okay, so I'll write my 9.5. So so my waist is 38. So 38 minus 3 inches for my waist snatching. So it's going to give me 35 inches. So 35 inches divided by 4 will give me 8.25, okay? So I'm going to be calculating the 8.25 like so. So I'll mark my waist. So then I'll take it to the other side and I'll mark 8.25, okay? So I'll mark it. So after marking, I'll connect it to my bust point with my French cuff like so. That's my new line. Then I'll turn it and connect it to the hip like so. So I will clean the former line so that I will not be confused. I'll clean the former lines so I can be able to mark my new line, my new waistline, like so. Okay, so do well to subscribe and please practice this. Okay, you need to practice, you will get it. It is when you practice that you will get this pattern. It's very easy. Okay.
So get your bust round. So you measure from your bust height to your under bust. So my own is 4 inches. So I want to know where my bust will be, okay? So I can be able to get my funnel neckline. So you mark it like so. So after marking it, so at that, this is where my bust will fill in, okay?
At the side seam, I'll just go in by 2 inches, okay? I'll go in by 2 inches, then I'll mark it. I want my funnel neckline to start after my bust, okay? So that it will just hug after my bust. So that I went in by 2 inches. So if you want your funnel neckline to stay at that your bust side, so you just go up by that 4 inches. That's where I mark that bust round. Okay, so I want it to come outside. So I will just go up by 2 inches after my bust line, I'll go up by 2 inches. Then I'll go down by 1 inch after my bust height. Then I'll connect it like so. Okay, so if you want your bust to be more open, you can extend that funnel neckline down to your under bust. Okay, so if you want it to be more open, it depends on what you want. So just be creative with your own funnel case. Okay, so this is why I want mine. So I'll just go up by half inch, then I'll reconnect my armhole line like so. Okay, so after connecting it, so I'll just go up by 1 inch after my chest line. So I'll connect it's like a sweetheart neckline like so. Then I also connect it to the other side like so. So I've already connected my bustier, okay, my over bustier. So I've connected it. So I'll just go down by half inch and reconnect it to my bust height. Okay, and I'll close it up like so that my neckline will, my bustier will be more curvy and my funnel neckline will, stand well. So I'll also reconnect the line. So for the conical flare, so I'll just measure that 2.5 inches. I'll extend it like so. So I'll mark 2 more extra inches. Or if you want it to be more exaggerated, you mark 3 inches. So I'll go up by 1 inch like so. Then I'll connect it to my waistline. Okay. So make sure that you curve it well so that your curve will not be looking weird like so. Okay. So after curving it, I'll just go up at that end by half inch. I'll just go up by half inch or 1 inch. Okay. So I'll go up by half inch. So I'll just connect it to the M line like so. Okay, so after I connect it, I also reconnect it so it will have like this S-like shape at the M. Okay, so after I've done that, I will go to my back dress. So I will shaping the neckline like so. So for the back, I will erase the back dart because I want to be dividing this. Okay, so I want to mark my lacing bar. So I'll go in by 1 inch, then I'll go out by 1.5 inches like so. Then I'll connect it with a straight line at my center back. So after connecting, so I'm going to be dividing. So the back is I'm measuring the back is 8 inches. So I'll divide it by 3. So it will give me 2.5 inches. So what I'll do is I'll mark 2.5 inches like so. I'll mark it, okay, 1. Then I'll mark another 2.6 inches, okay. So I've marked that. So I'll also do the same to the waist. I'll do the same to the waist like so. I'll divide it by 3. So after dividing, I'll now mark it like so. I'll mark it like so. I'll do the same to the hip, okay. I'll do the same to the hip. I'll mark it. Then I'll connect it with a straight line. So I've divided them. So I'll connect it with a straight line like so. Okay, see that I said this is for advanced students, okay? So make sure that you practice this, okay? So you can also ask question in the comment section. So I've already ruled that out with a straight line, so it's already 3. So what I will do is my former dart intake was 1 point. So I will divide 1.5 by 5. So I will share it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So okay. So I'll mark my dart 0.3, 0.3, 0.3. Okay. Then I'll connect it with my ruler like so. So we're almost done drafting. So after connecting it, so at the hem of my hip, so I'll just go down by maybe 0.25 inches. Okay, so I'm almost done drafting. So I will connect the lines like so. So after connecting the lines, I'm going to, for back waist snatching, I'll remeasure my waist like so. Okay, for my back waist snatching, I told you that my back waist snatching is 8.25. So I'm going to be marking it 8.25 like so. Okay, I'll pass through the dart and I'll mark it like so. So I'll reshaping the waistline. I'll connect it to the chest line and the hip, like so. So I'll mark my hip. So I went in by 2.5 inches at the front waist. So 2.5 inches. So I'm going to be marking it 2.5 inches, like so. Then I'll add 2 extra inches for my cone. If you want it to be exaggerated, mark 3 inches. So I'm marking 2 extra inches. Then I'll go up by 1 inch, like so. So after I go up, I'll connect my cone, like so, my cone, like so. So I'll measure the cone, the front cone, I'll mark it to the back cone, okay? So that your cone will be equal on both front and back, okay? So after you do it, you check it again. So I readjust it, okay? So let me know if you find this tutorial helpful, okay? And give this video a big thumbs up, okay? So I'm done drafting. So I will clean out I'll erase every mark that I've made. Okay, so for the neckline, for the yoke back neckline, I'll go in at 3 inches and I'll mark my back yoke neckline, like so. Okay, so after marking it, I will also for my lacing bar, I will go in by 1.5 inches at the hem and at the chest line and connect it for my eyelet. So this is my lacing bar. So I'm already done drafting. So what I will do is I will trace the overbought corset to a plain pattern, because this we are cutting out 3 patterns. So we are cutting out the overbought corset, we are cutting out the inner and also the funnel corset. Okay, so I'll be tracing out with my paper, with my pencil, I mean. So I've already connected the overbust corset. So I'll be tracing out the inner. So I'm going to be marking the underbust. So it's going to stop at the underbust. 1 inch, there's 1 inch after the underbust. Then I'll use my scissors to trace out, because I don't have a tracing wheel. So make sure you use your tracing wheel to trace it out on another pattern paper. So I'm tracing out the inner, like so. Okay. So after tracing out, I will now remove my pattern and use my pencil to trace out the 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 bustier. Okay. So we're almost done. We're almost done drafting. So I'll remove the paper, like so. Then I will use my pencil to draft it out. Okay. So there is a lot of work here. So make sure you trace out everything, like so. So I'm tracing out with my French curve. I'm tracing out the bust here with my French curve. So let me know if you want the sewing tutorial of this funnel corset. So just let me know whether if I see your comments, I might post the sewing tutorial. Okay, but if I did not see your comment, then I know that you're not interested in the sewing tutorial. So I'll cut out my overbust corset. So this overbust corset will serve as a lining, while this other bustier, this one will serve as the outside, the bustier that will stay outside, that you will see out, that you place together with the funnel, that will be visible outside. Okay, so that's the secret. So I will now cut out my funnel corset. So I'll bring out my pattern. So I'll cut out my funnel corset, like so. This is the funnel part. So it's three. We are cutting out three. So I'll cut out the bust here, the dart. So I'm cutting it out like so. So, so let me know if you find this tutorial helpful. So this is a long tutorial. So if you can send me your practical, if you will do this practical, let me see. So I might post it in our community page. So please, it's when you practice this that you will know this funnel corset. If you did not practice it, you just watch, you can't know it. So this is my funnel corset. Okay, so I'll attach them together. So here I've already attached them together. So here is my bustier, okay, and here is my funnel corset. See how beautiful this corset is. Okay, so this is the inner. So this is how it should be. All right, so I'll open it up. So please, your funnel because your funnel corset must not be flat. It must come out like this. See how it is. See how it's opening up. So and here is the overbust corset. So the overbust corset is the inner, while this bust here will be at the outer part of the corset. Okay, I hope this tutorial was helpful. So here is our back pattern. So I went down by 2 inches and connect it like so, and I'll cut out my back pattern like so. I'll cut out the dart. So let me know if you want the sewing tutorial of this funnel corset. Let me know in the comment section. Check out our cup corset tutorial. I will link it at the end of this video. So let me know if you find this tutorial helpful. So go watch the cup corset tutorial.